Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is Jennifer Tarle from Tarle Speech, and I have your lunchtime live for today. It's nice to be here with all of you. I'm just checking to make sure that everything is working on my end. Okay, it looks like we are working. So welcome, welcome. If you haven't been here before, the way that this works is that I will teach you a quick lesson on two sounds. Today we have the F and the V sound. And then we are going to do some practice, and then we will do some sentences and some tongue twisters. Okay, everyone. I think we are looking good. Okay, and hello, VJ. Welcome. Okay, so we have two sounds today, F and V. So we have the f and the v sound. F and v. If you are listening to the podcast, you can always jump over to YouTube if you want to see my mouth or see the word list, because I do post this exact same class on YouTube as well. So again, our sounds today are F and V. So you can see my mouth is doing exactly the same thing, and there's a small difference, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So what you're going to do is your lips are going to be, I'm calling it slightly pulled back. They are not puckered. It is not this. They are pulled back, almost like you're kind of smiling. Your lips are slightly open so that the air can keep moving out of your mouth. So we have and v. It's kind of hard to see, but the air is kind of moving over my bottom teeth. There's a little space there, and it's moving out of my mouth. So again, lips pulled back, slight opening so the air can move out. Technically, with this sound, you can slightly touch or kind of bite the inside or the outside of your bottom lip. So I'm going to do inside the lip, and it looks like this. So I'm touching the base of my teeth gently to my bottom lip. And that's making that sound a little harsher. And it's going to sound like it's sort of, you can hear that movement a little bit more. And this is what it looks like for the V sound, which is exactly the same. Okay. What is your tongue doing? Just hanging out in the middle of your mouth. It's not really doing anything. It's just neutral. It's not touching anything. For those of you who are visual, let me show you some instructions. So these are the phonetic symbols for F and V, if you are so inclined to know what those are. And then for the F sound, again, your lips are pulled back. There's no puckering. Your mouth is slightly open, and your teeth touch your lip either inside or outside. I'm going to show you outside in a minute. Your tongue is neutral. It is not touching, and the airflow continues out of your mouth. Voice is off for the F. Same, almost exact instructions for the V sound. Lips are pulled back, not puckered. Lips are open. Teeth can touch the lip either inside or outside that bottom lip. Your tongue is neutral, it's not touching, and the airflow continues out of your mouth. But for this one, your voice box is on. So let's look at this again. All right. So I'm going to show you your sound with biting inside of the lip for the F sound. Now I'm going to bite the outside of the lip. You can see very slight difference. This is for the V. V, v, v. That's inside, and then the outside. V, v, v. All right, some mistakes that I see. This is mainly for the V sound. What I hear and see my students do is they close their lips for the F and the V sound. When you close your lips, it's going to either sound like a P, P, or a B, B. And so the key here, if you make that mistake, is you want to keep your lips a little more open so that air can move out. Don't close your lips all the way. Another mistake that I see is that people really round their lips for the V sound, and then the V sound will sound like a W sound. So again, we're looking for the V sound very. And what I hear some people say is wary with a W, and we don't want that. So the mistake there is too much pucker, and we want the lips to be pulled back more. So I tell a lot of my students, I joke with them, if this is a difficult sound for you and this is a mistake that you make a lot, think about that you're going to make the V your favorite sound ever, and you're going to smile every time you have to say it. That helps your lips pull back instead of puckering, and then you would make that W by mistake. Another mistake that I do here is for that F sound. I will hear some people say an H, who. And again, that's more of a rounded lip shape. And so instead of hearing the word food, I'd hear hooed. So again, lips open for this F and V sound, gently biting the inside or the outside of that bottom lip with your top teeth. Your tongue is not touching anywhere, and the air just keeps moving out of your mouth. Let's quickly talk about voicing. If you've been attending a lot of my classes, voice off or non-voiced means that your throat is not vibrating. Your voice box or your larynx, which is in your throat, you can feel it when you touch your hand to your throat, will vibrate for some sounds. It always vibrates for the vowels, A, E, I, O, U. You can feel it vibrating. We have it vibrating for the V sound, but not vibrating. The voice is off for the F sound. So voice is off for the F and on for the V. Okay. Any questions, anyone? I would say someone mentioned that American English is so difficult. I actually think any new language that you're learning, the sounds are difficult just because if you don't have a sound in native language, it's sometimes difficult to figure out. But that's why I'm here to help you with the sounds. All right. How do we know when to use the sound? Spelling is a good guide for us. We can spell the F sound, again, that F sound. We can spell it with these letters. The letter F, and we see this in fit. The letter FF, and we see that in off. PH in phone, and GH in cough. So again, we have F as in fit, FF as in off, PH as in phone, and GH as in cough. All right. And now let's talk about how do we spell the V sound. We spell this V sound with the letter V in vow, two V's in savvy, and this is a big exception. We have one word that's very common of that we actually say that letter F as a V sound of. So again, we have vow, savvy, and of. vow, savvy, and of. All right. Any questions out there, anyone? If not, we are going to go ahead and jump into some practice, everyone's favorite. The way we're going to do practice is I will say all of the words and you just listen, and then you will repeat after me. And then you will try the words on your own. All right, there are no questions. So let's go ahead and give these words a try. All right, we have foot, farm, phone, fish, photo, waffle, laughing, elephant, coffee, sofa, off, tough, cuff, giraffe, stuff. All right. And now repeat after me. Foot, farm, phone, fish, photo. And now try the whole list. Foot, farm, phone, fish, photo. Okay, and let's try that F in the middle of words. Repeat after me. Waffle, laughing, elephant, coffee, sofa. And let's try all of those words. Waffle, laughing, elephant, coffee, sofa. Okay, and at the end, off, tough, cuff, giraffe, stuff. Off, tough, cuff, giraffe, stuff. Okay, how did you do? All right. We are going to move on to the V sound. I see a lot of questions and comments coming in. I promise you I'll get to those at the end. And here we have V. View, vanish, vapor, vent, vanilla, gravy, over, level, develop, everyone, of, glove, brave, love, stove. And now repeat after me. View, vanish, vapor, vent, vanilla. View, vanish, vapor, vent, vanilla. And in the middle of words, gravy, over, level, develop, everyone. Gravy over level develop everyone. And at the end of words, of glove, brave, love, stove. Of glove, brave, love, stove. Okay, everyone, how did you do with the V sound? All right, now we're moving on to sentence practice. So just listen and then we'll repeat and then you can try it on your own. Frank Vincent is our vet for our dog, Fluffy. Fine wine comes from these vines. Vance vacations in Florida. Okay, repeat after me. Frank Vincent is our vet for our dog, Fluffy. Frank Vincent is our vet for our dog, Fluffy. Fine wine comes from these vines. Fine wine comes from these vines. Vance vacations in Florida. Vance vacations in Florida. I see some people in the chat posting ways to practice. Thanks so much for sharing. Everyone can check those out. And you can always come back to these lessons and practice along with me and also shadow along during my video lessons that I post daily. All right, we're going to end with some tongue twisters and then I'll get right into questions. We have 2 tongue twisters today. 4 furious friends fight for the phone. And vivacious Val vacuumed Violet's very vivid vehicle. Let's start with the first one. Let's take our time and break it down slowly first. 4 furious friends fight for the phone. Four furious friends fight for the phone. Four furious friends fight for the phone. Four furious friends fight for the phone. Vivacious Val vacuumed Violet's very vivid vehicle. Vivacious Val vacuumed Violet's very vivid vehicle. Vivacious Val vacuumed Violet's very vivid vehicle. Okay, everyone, you did it. Awesome work. And now I'm going to go through and look at questions to make sure I didn't miss anything. First of all, thank you for helping each other. I like this little conversation that I see going back and forth. I love advanced grammar. I do find that that is it's a great study tool if you do a lot of reading for the advanced grammar, because we do use a little more advanced grammar while we are writing as opposed to just speaking. Not to say that we don't use advanced grammar while speaking, but you will be exposed to different grammatical concepts just by reading instead of just listening. Right now, I'm working with a student and we are reading business case studies. Those are very interesting because it's a nice mixture of terms that you will hear in business and they quote people. So you get some conversational grammar in there as well. So I encourage that. I think that's a great way to really take a little bit of a different look into grammar. I do not necessarily compare accents. I do think that it's important to listen to people in different, from different backgrounds speaking English. Even within the US, we have so many different variations. I'm actually working on an interview series right now. I have some people lined up. I posted one interview last week with Vince Ritchie from Vince Prep on improvisation classes and just his journey and where he is now in his life. And that's a great way to listen to other speakers and learn a little bit of just different pausing, different intonation, some pronunciation variations, and different vocabulary and grammar usage. Someone's commenting that they do watch a lot of movies and practice dialogues. Shadowing is a great way to practice. I also love that this person says they practice in the mirror. One of my biggest tips when you're practicing English is to just move your mouth more. I just had a class this morning with a woman whose native first language is Mandarin and a dialect from China. And one of the biggest things that's helping her is just moving her mouth more and really just going for it and imitating my mouth. The T as R of American English is difficult for me. I'm not quite sure what that means. So if you can put something in the chat, I'd love to answer more. Give me a word example. I might be able to answer your question. Love confuses you. Okay. So the word love, we could spell the word love L-U-V. I don't know if that came through. Let me put that in again. Love. So we could spell love that way, L-U-V. I do hear people when they use that word as a focus word, or if they add emotion to it, they might say, I love you. And that sounds very different than I love you. So when we focus on a word or stretch it in English, we can make pitch changes on it, make the vowel longer or make it louder. That's all going to really change the way that that word sounds slightly. So again, technically it's love, but you can stretch that vowel, you can change that pitch. And love has a lot of emotion to it. So you can definitely hear different pronunciations of that. I'm glad that you enjoyed the sentences and the tongue twisters. I'm going to have a short series at the end of the month on tongue twisters per request. So stay tuned for that. And yes, in Spanish, thank you, Jose. We have F, but no V. So it's difficult. Difficult, but not impossible. So keep practicing. Just remember, keep those lips open so the air can move out for that V. Don't close them. Also, because you spell your B with the letter V, it gets a little more confusing. So maybe practice with just listening first and not reading. Smira, thank you so much for those kind little emojis. Norbert, hello. And I think that is it. I think I got to it all. Thank you all so very much for being here today. I will post this to the podcast later today. It'll also be here on YouTube for you to refer back to and practice some more. If you're looking for more help, you can check out my products. There's a link tree in the description below, and that lists where you can buy all of my digital downloads that are PDF files with embedded audio. They are sold as ebooks all through third-party sellers. Teachers pay teachers. You don't have to be a teacher. You can go there and get them. I also have some freebies there for you too, where you can download for free. I'm also on Google Play, Google Books, iTunes, Kobo, and Teespring. So that's where you can find all of my products. If you have questions, you can post them in the comment section of YouTube. I do respond to all questions. Sometimes they get a little bit lost in the shuffle. So if I don't respond to you, send me a new note on a different video and I'll definitely get back to that. I'm also on all the socials, so you can message me there. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Happy practicing. Have an amazing week ahead, and I will see you next week for another lunchtime lesson, and every day this week, either for a short, a 2 for Tuesday, or a homophone lesson. So thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.